Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video I will be giving you guys another story time about my almost perfect relationship, or like this dysfunctional relationship that I've had. We're gonna call it my almost perfect relationship, okay? So this happened, I believe, like October of 2013. So it was like almost the end of the year kind of thing. I was over all my heartbreak and whatnot, if you have seen, you know, my last videos and stuff like that. So I was feeling like a brand new little girl, okay? So I was at this mall and I ran into this guy and we immediately hit it off. There was chemistry, there was physical attraction, there was everything that you should, you know, feel and want, like, in your future, basically. So we hit it off and whatnot, and I remember, you know, we got to know each other and everything just seemed like it was just perfect. See how like the lighting just kind of went up at that point? Yeah, exactly. So me and him started talking, we started to get to know each other and whatever, and at this point in time our relationship was definitely, we never dated, okay? Like, this was like a almost relationship, kind of like a talking kind of thing. I am wearing a shirt, by the way. Okay, doesn't look like it, but I am. Okay, don't worry. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, so me and him started talking and whatnot, and we were starting to get to know each other. You know, we definitely both liked each other, but ish happens, doesn't it? So in November, so like the following month, it was my very first Black Friday, and I remember I was going to it, and me and him have a weird, like a dysfunctional relationship, and I'll tell you guys why. We honestly can go from like arguing to just being like, oh, like, I miss you, or like, you know, how you been, or kind of thing, and just like that. Like, it's just so crazy. Like, we can go from like arguing and then talking, or from talking to arguing, and it's just like when we see each other, it's like nothing happened. It's just like, what were we doing like 5 minutes ago kind of thing. So it was definitely, like, I guess you guys can say like a little bit of like a bipolar relationship, if you guys want to call it that. So yeah, so Black Friday comes about, and I remember I was going there, it was my very first Black Friday, and I remember like I was going, I didn't think I was gonna see him there, but like I was like, everyone's out on Black Friday, okay. So I remember I seen him at the mall, and I had lipstick on my teeth. Embarrassing. Anyways, so then what happens is we see each other at the mall and we start talking, whatever, and I knew one of his friends at that point, because the first time that I had met him, this one friend was there, so I already kind of knew his friend, but I met like all his other ones at that point. So we started talking and whatnot, and I believe we start to argue. I know. And we start to argue, and I'm just like, don't remember what the argument was about. I don't even know like what the heck was going on, but like I was about to be in my feelings, okay? So we started talking and whatnot, and I meet his friends and whatnot, and da-da-da-da. So we walk around for a little bit, and then he goes his way, I go my way, and then we meet up again later. So, okay, so we meet up later, and afterwards, we're in the shoe store, and we start arguing about God knows what. Like, I was not gonna let this argument go. I was like, no, like, we're gonna talk about it, da da da. And he's over here like, look at these shoes, and I'm like, look at my feelings, okay? So then what happens is, please ignore my teeth and the lipstick, okay? Just ignore that, okay? So we start arguing about whatever, and like, I'm not gonna drop it. Like, I was like, no, like, we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna fix things, and we're gonna be good. So after the shoe store, I believe we start walking around, and he ends up getting like mad, and then I was already mad, so then I got sad, and then I was like all up in my feelings. I know. So he's like, it's over, like, forget it, blah blah blah, and he just like walks away. So his friend, the one that I knew, comes up to me, and he was like, forget about it, like, it's over, you know, it's just best for you guys just to like not be together and everything. And I was like, so much for your homeboy, huh? So I was just like, I was like, look, I was like, no offense or anything, I was like, it's none of your business, okay? I was like, this is between me and him, and like, you know, this is just how we are. Like, ever since we've met, like, that's just always how we've been. Like, we've both been kind of like, you know, kind of thing. So I was like, no offense, it has nothing to do with you, it's just between me and him. So he was just like, as he was like starting to talk to me, I kind of like walk away, and he's like walking next to me, and he's still talking to me, and I'm just like, I don't know what he's saying at this point. So we stopped, like, so my guy is in front of a store, like by a railing, and his friend goes into the store. So it's just now me and my guy standing outside, and let me tell you something, y'all. He looked so good standing there. Like, I was just like, if this was not an argument, you know. Anyways, so he was like, he's like, what? Like, cause I just I stood there in front of him, and he was like, what? And I was like, look, please, let's talk about it. I was like, this is just how we are. Like, look, we're gonna be good in like 5 minutes. Give us 15 minutes apart, and I promise, like, when we see each other again, it's gonna be like the first time. Like, and I just promise, like, just like, don't do that. Like, you're not breaking up with me, okay? Don't ever break up with me. Don't do that, okay? Even if we're talking, like, don't do that, okay? So then what happens is this. He's just like, no, he's like, it's over. He's like, I wish you the best of luck. Like, you know, he's like, it sucks that we couldn't work out, but he's like, it is what it is. And I was just like, no, like, you're not doing this. So I immediately, like, I start like bawling, because he just made it sound like it was about to be like the worst breakup in history. Like, I kid you not, like, the way he was like making it sound, and he sounded so serious, and he was just being so for real, and he looked so good, so like it made everything like so much worse, you know? So I was sitting there, and I was standing there, and I was just like, no. So then he walks away, and I start bawling my eyes out. I start crying. My very first Black Friday, and I'm crying, okay, in the mall where there's like a ton of people. See, this is why you should not give a F, okay? Because people are always going to be around, and people are always going to talk, okay? So I started bawling my eyes out, and I actually end up not seeing him the rest of that night. As I'm walking around the mall, I go to Hollister, and I took a picture with the model that they had there. Actually, he wanted to take a picture with me, which I was surprised, because I was like, shouldn't it be the other way around? Because, like, you know, he's a model, so, like, you know. But I wasn't even in it, because I was already in my feelings, so I was just like, I've been crying, like, homeboy, like, you know. I didn't have any tissues, so I had to wipe it on my jacket, so, you know, it's the truth. I do have a picture of that on my Instagram, by the way, but anyways, okay, so I remember I took that picture, and I was like, I'm gonna upload it, and I'm gonna be really petty today, okay? So then I was just like, yes, like, fine, you want to break up with me? Like, I'm gonna show you what you lost, okay? So I remember, like, I went home and I uploaded the picture because I knew he was going to see it. Well, at least I hoped he would have saw it. So I made a, like, sad status or whatever, and this girl called me, and she's like, what happened? Like, what's wrong? And I was like, I'm going to be forever alone. Like, he was like, I thought he was going to be, you know, like, the one and everything, and he was just so perfect in our relationship. Even though, like, our relationship, like, really wasn't that perfect. Like, you know, I think I just liked the way I was vibing with him so much that I kind of almost became obsessed, okay? So yeah, so then what happens is, so like I'm talking to her and I'm crying on the phone, I'm looking out my window, and, then my other line beeps, and I take the phone off my face, and I just look at it, and I'm just like, oh, it's him. So then, I was just like, hold on, it's him. So I click over to the line, and it's him, and he was like, hey, he's like, I just called to let you know, that you looked good today, that, you know, it sucks that we're over. He's like, but we're over. And he just kind of like kept rubbing it like in my face, like, you know, whatever. So I was just like, it's not over. And he's like, he's like, we could have been something real and everything. And I was like, we can't be. And I start like bawling like this whole time, like he's talking to me and I'm like crying on the phone. And like, he was like, I think he started laughing. Like, I really don't know, like, what happened at this point, but, like, I was really in my feelings, okay? So, then what happens is we hang up, or he hangs up with me, and then I click over to the girl that I was talking to, and I was like, it was him, and he, like, it's over, like, I thought it was real and everything, and, like, blah, 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 and whatever. So, honestly, like, 3 days later, we were okay. Like, I know. It was one of those relationships, okay? So, what happens is we actually, like, hang out a few times, not too much, and I think that's definitely what ruined this for me, because I always had it in my head at this point, like, if I saw you every single day, like, either A, we would get sick and tired of each other, B, like, we would argue, or, like, I don't know, like, I just always had that, like, a guy would just get, like, annoyed of me, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, when we do see each other though, it's like we never stop talking. Like, the physical attraction is there, the chemistry is still there. I mean, I haven't talked to him in like forever now, but I mean, I don't know, it's just kind of like one of those things where, like, no matter how much time you guys spend away from each other, like, when you guys see each other, when you guys talk, it's just like, it doesn't feel like you guys ever stop talking, which I kind of like, you know, but I mean, then again, like, it's not going to be a forever thing, you know. But I think my advice in this case would probably be, I don't know, like, don't be scared to let yourself open up to people. Even though I'm an open book, and you guys already know this, I gotta tell you guys the most personal-ish ever. But I think when it comes to, like, dating, it's definitely a different story, because you want to build with that person, you know, and it sucks because I really did like this guy, you know, I really did care for him, and I really did like him and all, but it's just, when you have those thoughts that creep into your mind, that's like, oh, like, you know, maybe your thoughts say, like, you're not good enough, or, like, he's gonna leave you, or you have trust issues and stuff like that. When you have all that negativity all up in your mind, that's gonna ruin a whole bunch of ish for you, whether that be relationships, whether that be jobs, whether that be just anything, like, even you yourself, you know. And you definitely have to just kind of, like, take the bull by the horn and just go for it. Honestly, I don't even know if that's a quote, and I keep saying it in, like, almost my video, like, I don't even know how many videos I said this in, but, like, I don't even know it. Okay, I'm gonna Google it. But anyways, so that's the thing. Don't ever let negativity or, like, negative thoughts get the best of you. Even though it's, like, so incredibly easy for negativity just to kind of, like, seep into your mind, try not to think that way, you know. And there is someone out there for you, I promise you, okay? Don't be going after anyone's man or girl, okay? Stick to your lane, okay? And yeah, and don't let negativity rule your life, okay? Be positive, and let positivity come into your life, okay? If someone around you is negative, and you're just like, when people are around you that are negative, you're gonna fall into that trap of negativity, and that's what you don't want. And yeah, and I just hope you guys find happiness. I hope you guys find love. I hope you guys find self-worth and love yourselves, and, you know, just go do you, you know? Be happy, be healthy, and yeah, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.